Good afternoon. Today is Monday. I finished work yesterday for the last time at Crep Fair, and we had a very emotional farewell. Drinks and pizza in, the closed down empty shop, and yeah, it was a lot better, and I could not stop crying. I was fine all evening until we had the last sort of 5 minutes in the shop, and oh, it really got to me. And then we got some photos and stuff, and then we sort of left Cam and her family in the shop, and we all walked towards our homes, and we stopped outside Capital Centre, and I don't know how long we were there. We were there for a while. We were all just kind of chatting, and Anna sort of had a little speech for each of us, and it was really lovely. But it was obviously horrible. This is probably the last time I'm going to see Anna, because there's not really much reason for us to hang out organically. The others are girls, and they go out. He's a family. He has a very different stage of his life. So I'm really sad about that though, because he's a wonderful person. And Becca's going back home at the end of July. I'm leaving this Friday. I'm going home. And so yeah, I was like, we need to see each other before you go back to Alicante. And she was like, you have a red carpet in my life or something, and you always have a home in Alicante. And I was like, you always have a home here. And I was like, I always remember you. I'm so thankful I met you. And it was just, it was really lovely, and I'm really happy that it happened. I'm really happy I met them. I'm really happy that I had that experience and that job and everything. But it was just really emotional to say goodbye, and they were all obviously very lovely about me and me joining the team. It was really sweet, and I made sure I wanted them to know that they're amazing, because they are. They made me feel so welcome, and that was a massive part of it, of my enjoying it, and probably me getting better, was that they were always happy to help me. So yeah, it was just really sweet and emotional, and I think Cam got emotional, but she was trying to stay strong and everything. And obviously she's worked with them for many years. Obviously I've only been there a month, but I felt like those guys really brought something into my life very quickly. So yeah, it was horrible, but it was really sweet. Yeah. So now I've just showered, and it's the afternoon. I had a nice lie-in. My phone rang to wake me up earlier, and I freaked out. Then I realised it was Becca, and she was just saying how she'd woken up, and she had a morning, and she was actually late for work, and work were ringing her. But anyway, yeah, I'm probably not going to put all this in, but this week I'm just in Cardiff for a few days. Probably going to try and get some stuff done, and just explore by myself and have some nice days out in the sun before going back home. And then Becca's coming back on Thursday, and we're going to go for drinks, and then I'm leaving on Friday. So yeah, so this is the start of a new week. I'm going to do some vlogging and stuff, and just keeping myself on it and staying with it. I think definitely making videos these last few weeks has helped me feel purposeful in this space, especially with the whole ending of work and stuff. So yeah, I'm feeling good, but sad that things are ending. But like Anas and I have been saying all week, things happen for a reason, and there will be good that comes out of this. No matter when we decide and figure out in hindsight that it was good will come. So yeah, see you in a bit.
Dog poo in the atmosphere.
Hello. I am back at home, and this is our non-plastered wall. Or it has been plastered, it's not been painted. Got back last night quite late, and basically went straight to bed and watched some TV, but taking Ruby out for a walk right now. I'm like, my hair's all curly from the rain yesterday, needs a wash. I still have yesterday's makeup on, but just gonna take my girl out. It's not the like sunniest day, but it's kind of cute, and yeah, it feels nice to be home for a bit. Yes, hello. Look at you. Do you want? Shall we go for a? It's walking time. Yes. Yes. Can you sit? Good girl. Wait for me. Okay. What an angel. Very tall hedges. Very overgrown, but still gorgeous. Good girl. That angel. Tell you what, it's fucking hot, and there is like nothing in the house for me to eat, so I'm really hungry. It's like midday. Mum and Dad have gone out, and then they're coming back, and we're going to go Tesco. But so far, I'm just sort of starving.
Can you help me tomorrow with that to make this if it works?
Puppy. Going to sleep now. Good night, Ruby. I thought I'd do a really quick run through of my to be read pile books. I've kind of gone through all the ones from uni, and they're like YA and classics. I want to just have a look and see which ones I want to read while I'm home for the summer. I'm currently reading The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, and I'm really enjoying it, but I'm near the end of it. So some books I wanted to read are Joseph Conrad, Heart of Darkness. I've tried to read this in A-level. Mr. Rankin gave it me and he said it's really good, and I keep hearing it come up in my course, so I thought that I'd actually read it. George Orwell 1984, I read an extract of this for creative writing and really loved it, and obviously I've heard so many good things about it, so this is definitely up there. Thomas Hardy, who I haven't really enjoyed it when I've tried to read before. I read Desperate Memories and wasn't really that engaged by it, but I read Jude the Obscure and really enjoyed it, so maybe, and this one's supposed to be his best book, so Test of the D'Urbervilles. Late Victorian Gothic Tales, I actually got this is the first book I bought from Troutmark Books in Cardiff Arcade, so it's a load of short stories, and I love late Victorian Gothic, and I'm doing that next term, so I feel like this would probably be a good one to nail down. The Diary of a Nobody by the Grossmith brothers. We did this in Decadent Men, but I didn't actually read it, and it did sound really interesting. It didn't fit with my question, so I'd quite like to read that because it just seemed interesting at the time, and why not? Same again, so I did read some of these. This was also Decadent Men, Count Magnus and Other Ghost Stories. They were kind of ghost stories, slightly gothic, but with more of a influence on like the single male villain. I don't know, I read a few and they did seem really interesting, so I hopefully want to like get through them. They are short stories, so hopefully it shouldn't take too long. And then this was from the Gothic module. It was the last book, and I'd already decided on my books and my questions, so I didn't actually read it. But Confessions of a Justified Sinner in this gorgeous hardback that I got from Troutmark. It just seemed really interesting, the plot wise. So and obviously it's gothic, and I just kind of wanted to read it. I just never got around to. So those are my TBR. Obviously, I'm probably going to end up reading some YAs because I'll naturally gravitate to YA novels. I find them easier to read and I find them more compelling, just like from the beginning of what I want to read. So we'll see if I actually make any dents in any of these books, but I really hope I do.